This episode is brought to you by freedadcourse.com. You are always one conversation away from changing your life, and the power of hello is something that I subscribe to every single day, and I'm always saying hello to new people everywhere I go. Increasing your opportunity, increasing your connection, and getting access to the solutions to the problems that you are facing, whether you're on active duty or just beginning your veteran transition or even transitioning out for 20 years. On the other side of hello are the solutions that you're looking for. Again, head on over to freedadcourse.com. Get your 5-episode audio course to create more connection, create more friendships, and get back to living the life that you're trying to design.
This is Fire Team Delta. Dad's coming home.
Welcome to the Military Veteran Dad Podcast, where it is our mission to bring every dad home. I am your host, Ben Killoy. I'm a United States Marine veteran, husband, and a father. We will bring authentic conversations to inspire action in your life so we can close the gap between the dad you are today and the dad you want to be tomorrow. This is the Military Veteran Dad Podcast.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Fatherhood Friday. If you're like me, you are still recovering from the depth of that episode with Dr. Tiffany on Monday. Wow, the message is coming from you guys. It really hit a chord. Some of those examples were in some cases a little too close to home, but hopefully by hitting a little close to home, we opened up some doors in rooms that you didn't really know were there. And hopefully you're taking the first few steps to come home and reach out and take those steps to find peace after war. That is my request. That is my hope for that episode, is that it helped you find a path to find your healing so you can be the best dad that you can be. And we talk about in every episode, how can you be the dad you want to be tomorrow, today? And man, that was a deep episode. Today, I want to take that episode and go a little bit deeper into a different category, an expansion on the word home. Now, since the very beginning, like I've always talked, the word home was always a part of this podcast. But almost 3 years into it, I'm still figuring out what this word home means. And one of the struggles that I've always had with the podcast is trying to articulate what is the result that happens when you get home, when you feel home. All the different things we talk about, it's very intangible. It's very difficult to succinctly describe, even in an elevator pitch type format. What does the result someone get by coming home? It's literally infinite. And last week, I was just perusing the internet, and I found another program that helps men do a similar thing, but in the non-veteran community. And they talked about purpose-driven life. And it hit a chord really deep. And I twisted it slightly, and now I understand it to be purpose-driven leadership. Because leadership and life, from my perspective, are intertwined. You can't have a rich life from wisdom and depth or even monetary unless you're executing and leading your life in an effective way. Those three words, purpose, driven, and leadership, each one is worth its own episode. So we're going to try to compartmentalize them here and not do them as a separate episode, but bring them together in a way that helps you understand this core result that happens when you come home, when you find your peace after war. Purpose. Purpose is one of those questions that can be a curse question. A curse question being when you get asked it for the first time, you're almost like, I don't have one. Does that make me human? Am I alive? What does that mean if I don't have a purpose? Does it mean I should just kill myself now? No. Most of us have never been raised with this idea of operating or creating something outside of ourselves that comes from within us. A lot of, even as kids, we're creating art projects, we're creating books, all these different things that our kids come home. Right now, that is their purpose. They're learning to cultivate their imagination and bring outward ideas and pictures from that. It's the same idea. But as men, what we often forget is that we need a purpose that we're creating from. That we come from this place where our life isn't something that's just happened to us. It's happened for us. I've repeated that many times in this podcast. And the idea of happening for us is taking how we've seen life uniquely and creating something from it. Now, When you think of creating your purpose, it can be anything. It can be your family, it can be your work. Wherever you are in your life, you should be able to throw a rock from where you are and hit, how are you making the world a better place? Because when you hit your purpose in business or life, in some shape or fashion, you are making the world a better place. When you focus on being a good dad, you're making the world a better place by creating adults that are capable and ready to go into the world and make an impact on it. All of these different areas affect purpose. Let's move into the word driven. And I want to season this word with the definition from the dictionary of a person relentlessly compelled by the need to accomplish a goal, very hardworking and ambition. My husband is a driven man. What we're talking about when we talk about driven is that no matter where you are at in your life, no matter what rank structure you have in the military, no matter what transition phase you are within your leaving the military, no matter what age you are in your life, are you asking for what's next? Are you chasing something bigger? It's that something bigger that makes a man driven. Because when you are a driven man, you know that where you are and who you are isn't the end. That every day is something you get to create. Every day is somewhere where you can improve. That you can be 1% better every day. In 100 days, you're 100% better in something that you put your mind to. Being driven means that you're always asking for more. No matter where you are at, you are always looking at where you can do more. And leadership is the next word that I want to season this with. Leadership is your ability to execute your life. It's not how well you lead people. It's not how well you lead the people under your charge if you're in the military or under your responsibility at work. All of these areas influence our leadership. But what I'm truly talking about here is in all the areas of your life, your faith, your finances, your career, your marriage, your family, your health. All of these areas need your effective execution. If you aren't effectively executing and making sure those areas are tuned up, you're not leading your life. Because leadership is not something that just is instilled in you. It's something you create by how you lead your own life. People follow you because of what they see you do and what you say. And it's that component that we often forget, that leadership is something that we just need to convince people to follow us. No, they follow you because they like how you think. They follow you because you're a man of your word. And they follow you because they want the qualities of your life to be within their life. But you need to have all the areas tuned up effectively. You don't want to be really successful in the military, and the day you get separated from the military is the day you get divorced, because that wasn't a great leader. A leader needs to effectively execute in all these different areas. Now, what is the significance of these three words? Because when you create a purpose-driven life, you become a purpose-driven leader. And when you become a purpose-driven leader, you're crafting your life towards a vision in the future that keeps your family wanting to follow. You should understand where you're trying to go. You should understand who you're becoming. You should understand what kind of life you want 1, 5, and 10 years out. You should want to know all of these things and more. Something I always repeat to men is how you lead yourself will be how you lead your life. That's what we're talking about here today. We're talking about a purpose-driven life towards something bigger than who you are today. I've talked to almost 75 dads this year, trying to help them understand how to come home. In those conversations, those three words are missing. They don't have a purpose. They're not driven to something beyond where they are today, and they are lacking in leading themselves in one of those areas. Men, if you want to keep your family together, if you want to learn to create something more significant than you have today, not in money, but in richness of your family and connection that you can create with memories that are far lasting anything you can do today, be a purpose-driven leader and create a purpose-driven life. And I'll be back again with you guys on Monday.